$5,000 grant, $50,000 grant, $10,000 grant. Meantime, viewers of this channel get big grants overnight. $12,000, $11,000. One viewer got a $14,000 grant application on file today in a city in which people thought there were no more grants. It's incredible great news, as this channel is getting people money right now, not 5 weeks from now and not 5 days from now. It's money right now. And in light of the new comments by the Republicans and the Democrats today about stimulus, you're going to want to get this money right now. You don't want to wait around for them any longer, because they're getting a little bit messy. We're keeping it clean, and boy, breaking developments as well, as Joe Biden picks the Treasury Secretary for the new administration, and I don't particularly like the pick because of stimulus negotiations. Breaking developments, we're here, we're focused, and this is Purple. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Afternoons LALATE, and this is Purple, in which I go over how to get your stimulus checks, how to get your stimulus relief, how to get your grants, what's happening with a hazard pay, what's happening with bonus pay, and where's that money that's locally available for you that you haven't got yet until you watch this channel. Boy, if you've not subscribed, please do, because I am working morning, noon, and night to get you money now. This money is available for now. This money was given to cities and counties for you, not for someone else, for you. And that you have to get this money right now because it's thousands and thousands of dollars. It's money available right now, not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now. And viewers in the last 24 hours have gotten $11,000. I got an application on for $14,000. This is money for food, for rent, for utilities, for medicine, and more. And I want you to get this money because what I'm going to detail in this video for you about hazard pay, not law yet, and other things I don't want you to wait around for. I want you to have this money right now and be safe and secure during the holiday season. Also, like this video. It helps in the rankings. In this video, I'll be going over how to get this grant money right now, why the grant money is sitting there, why the grant money is disappearing in a few weeks, how you look for it, and then I'll be turning to the $5,000 grant, the two $10,000 grants, the $50,000 grant that are all coming, but not coming this week. They're coming shortly after that. This is money after. Then hazard pay. What's going on with hazard pay? Meantime, statements by Joe Biden and his team today suggest confusion about whether hazard pay is back on or not back on. Do they even know themselves? I'll have the details for you. It's all developing. And let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here today is that viewers of this channel continue to push to get money that's theirs by using all the mediums of which I delivered to them. Telephone, internet, cell phone, and social media. I'm now using a 4-prong approach to get the money using all those different platforms. Let's go from back forward. Social media. The most important place you need to be is on the community page of this channel. You go to the front page of this channel, youtube.com/LALATE, and there's a tab called Community. In there, I'm posting comments by viewers who are here to help you, fellow viewers who have found grants, who have found assistance plans, and want you to know it. If you found this information as well, DM me on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook at LALATE and say, here is something, share this with its viewers. What's important to understand is that this is so much information for you to have. And no one can simply sit back and say, can you just send me a list of stuff? No, because I'm literally getting stuff from minute counties, from minute departments in particular cities, and it's a lot of money. It's thousands of dollars, and as it comes in, you can get it. So let me give you an example. One viewer sent me a link for something Missouri, which was actually one of the hard ones to get rental grants, and this one's for utility grants. Another one sent me something for Los Angeles, which is a hard one to get stuff for rent, sent me something for food. Another person sent me something for Massachusetts, and in live chat, Pennsylvania, as we do know, has not had rental assistance anymore. It expired just a few days ago, but another person found rental assistance from another department in Pennsylvania. That's how we're working together with social media and also basically the internet. Next, you need on the internet. How do you do it with the internet? You need to go to your city, or county, or state website. And this is what you look for. Your city hall's official website, your county's official website, and your state housing authority's official website. On there, you want to look for rental assistance programs, COVID grants, utility grants. Next, you want to go on your utilities company's website. Whether it's your electric, phone, water, gas, they list them on them as well. They call them grants, assistance, help. And it's as simple as that. In the case of, as one person sort of alerted the issue to me, let me explain it to you. Someone said, can you send me the link for Florida? No, let me explain to you. Florida has a couple counties, not two, just more than two, and every county has their own website. There's a separate county for a website for Miami-Dade County. There's a separate website for Broward County. There's a separate county website for West Palm. Every county has their own website, and so you need to go to your county's website, and on there it'll list your stuff. Ultimately, a lot of you have never gone to your county's website until this recording. You can do it. I know you can. You found me. You can find that. Next, the telephone, the old-fashioned way. The telephone, you can do it by calling your city hall, calling your county, or calling your state housing authority. Also, calling 311 where you're located. That's the directory assistance for your government agencies. They can route you to City Hall and county. Don't go to other departments. Then what do you ask for? You ask in simple, basic words, and you don't add words either. I need information about rental assistance. I needed information about utility assistance. Help pay my rent because of COVID. Help pay my rent because of the pandemic. Help with you pay my utilities bill. Do you have any grants for COVID? Any rent grants? And this is how you do it. The word grant for some people in some parts of the country is a complicated word. So you may not want to use the word rent. The word grant. So you may want to use the word assistance or help. Next, don't add words to it. I want to see if you have rental assistance for people who are 75 years of older, who are divorced, living by themselves at the end of a cul-de-sac. No, don't add things to it because they don't have all those things. That's sort of like going to the sock store. Hi, do you have socks sizes 6 to 13? Of course we do. Do you have size 6 to 13 that are red on the side and blue on the right and blue in the middle and then have polka dots? No, we've never had those. Okay, so they never had those things, Alec. No, because you asked too many questions. Just make it sort of simple, and you will get it. Next, what's important to understand is that this money is available to you right now, and you need to get it right now. This money was given from the federal government to the cities and counties, and they're going to return it in just a few weeks. By middle December, this series of recordings may be obsolete because the money will have been returned. Let me give you an example. Some viewers actually, and I see it myself, they found grants and the grants are now gone this morning. They were available to last Friday. Some viewers said there were grants until last Thursday and they found these recordings on this channel on Friday and the grants went away within one day. It's this urgent. I don't want you to wait around and I don't want you to sort of give up hope now because it won't be around a few days from now. Next, what's important to understand is that there is other assistance plans as well. If you go to the community channel, I'm posting a lot of religious communities, a lot of private action groups, and a lot of nonprofit organizations that are also providing assistance to some of my viewers. They're providing rental grants, they're providing utilities as well. They're on the community page. If you subscribe to this channel, you will see it. In the example of Houston, one religious community has been able to pay the rent for one of my viewers in Houston. So I need you to also think a little bit out of the box. So in the case of Houston, they had already done their Houston City grants, but here's another community, a religious community that's paying it. In Alabama, also happened. In Louisiana, also happened. So I want you to think out of the box, and I want you to stay in tune with this channel. Next, a hazard pay. Is there hazard pay on a federal level now? No. Is there hazard pay on a local level? Yes. So some of these grants are paid to essential workers. This is very rare. There's not a lot of them. What is more frequent? Bonus pay. Lots of employers are paying bonus pay. And those employers are generally your big box retailers. They're paying bonus pay if you worked any time during the pandemic up through the present. And you may not know about it, so go talk to human resources in your big box retailer saying, hi, I'm currently working. Are you paying bonus pay? Again, they don't call it hazard pay. They call it bonus pay. I don't want you to not get something because you don't use the right words. And that's what's so confusing about this whole pandemic. I call it hazard pay. They call it bonus pay. They call it extra pay. Use very simple words. Make it as dumb and simple as you can, because people just presume they can't understand you because they can't understand the choice of words you're using. It's as simple as that. Next, unions are pushing for bonus pay, and expect your union or the union closest aligned to what you're doing if you're non-unionized to get you bonus pay as well. Unions have gotten bonus pay in the supermarkets, in the liquor stores, in the medical facilities. And so that money is money you should get as well. Reach out to your local unions, because those unions are fighting to get you the bonus pay right now as the pandemic surges up. So then how about the $5,000 grant, the $50,000 grant, the two $10,000 grants, and the federal hazard pay? And what happened today with Joe Biden then makes a lot of all very confusing. What makes this very confusing was a New York Times article that came out just minutes ago. And the New York Times article claims that Joe Biden has told Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer to do a small bill right now and get it approved during the holidays. Stimulus checks, unemployment benefits, get it done because people need relief right now. They're going on lockdown and the economy will implode, will combust if there is no stimulus between now and January, that ultimately you cannot sit around and still do your way or the highway all the way to January. The economy will implode. That was what the article said. Really encouraging. It means we're going to get a negotiation done and a deal done. The Biden administration quickly issued a statement out saying, no, that's a false article. We did not say that, and we support Nancy Pelosi's effort to hold her guns and not move on $2.2 trillion. Oh, my goodness. I don't like this. Suddenly we're having Pelosi 2.0. Suddenly the Biden administration is doing default, exactly what Pelosi has done, which is her way or the highway. I don't like this, because I got to tell you what my thought is. The $2.2 trillion bill doesn't have hazard pay in it. It does not have hazard pay in it. It doesn't have the $50,000 grant in it. It doesn't have the two $10,000 grants in it. It doesn't have the $200 a month for SSI or SSDI. It doesn't have 90% of the stuff that Joe Biden wants to have in it. It doesn't have the stuff that you want to have in it. And all it has in it is big salary raises for the federal government. And it has a measly little tiny little stimulus check of a couple $100. I don't like this. So as you sit here back today, what's going on with hazard pay? This is totally new this afternoon. This is just breaking news this afternoon. Remember I told you that would be likely you get hazard pay in January? Now I have no idea, because now Joe Biden is supporting a $2.2 trillion bill for Nancy Pelosi that does not have hazard pay in it. It does not have the CDC grant in it, $10,000. That's $10,000 if you're an essential worker. It is not believed to have the $10,000 grant in it for EIDL. For new EIDL applicants. It does not have the $10,000 remainder of the $10,000 grant for prior EIDL applicants. It does not have the $50,000 grant in it, the Lifeline grant. These things were in the $3 trillion bill of Nancy Pelosi, which Joe Biden is not supporting. And he's also not supporting his own transition statements, which had provisions that weren't in hers. What's going on here? Let me explain. It's a bunch of people who don't have no idea what the other person is doing. As people would say, LALATE, you need to run for federal government. You need to run for president, because no one can keep track of what they're doing there. And yes, this is what's compounding right now. Joe Biden, in his transition papers about a week ago, said he wants you to have hazard pay. He wants the essential workers of this country to be paid. He wants teachers to get essential work hazard pay during this holiday season. He wants fire and rescue, all essential workers. Okay, that was reassuring. You're all going to get hazard pay during this transition period. Today, he says, I support Nancy Pelosi's efforts to do her $2.2 trillion bill. What are you talking about, Joe? Her $2.2 trillion bill doesn't have hazard pay in it. What are you talking about? You just wrote that said you want all this to be given. Do you know that Nancy Pelosi's bill has no money in there for teachers? Your wife wants money to go to teachers during the holiday season. There's no money in there for teachers. Nancy Pelosi took it out. The Problem Solvers bill, which is bipartisan, you talked about bipartisan relief. The Problem Solvers bill, which is bipartisan, that doesn't have hazard pay in it because Nancy Pelosi wouldn't meet with them. What's going on here? What's confusing is there's a bunch of people who have no idea what they're doing. And because the bills have changed so many times, they're unable to keep track of them. And what I'm deeply concerned is that today, Joe Biden picked a Treasury Secretary that ultimately is an important person for the stimulus negotiations, who's deeply respected, deeply liked, but has absolutely no prior history working with anyone in Congress on negotiations. It's an outsider. It's another Steve Mnuchin. It's the former head of the Federal Reserve who has never done broker deals on stimulus or any type of deals at all. So who's the person who's going to broker the deal for stimulus, for hazard pay? And what's going to happen with hazard pay? I don't know the answer. Hazard pay under the bill, which Nancy Pelosi wrote in May, the $3.4 trillion bill, would give you $10,000. You follow me so far? The May bill, not the current bill. It's just, the May bill, $10,000. If you worked during the pandemic from January up to the present, $13 an hour times the number of hours you worked. You got that? You remember that one. And if you made over $100,000 in 2019, you get $5,000. You remember that one. Yeah, and the one we do on Purple Power Live every night, who's essential, who's not essential, that's the May bill. In the last few weeks before the election, remember what Nancy Pelosi did? She came up with a new HEROES Act. Why did she have to give it the same name? I don't know. She should call it something different. But the same bill, now hazard pay was gone. So which bill is she working on now? She's working with the bill that hazard pay is not in there. And which bill is Joe Biden supporting? The one that does not have hazard pay in there. But he says he wants you to have hazard pay. So why is he supporting a bill that doesn't have hazard pay in there? I don't know. And is the New York Times correct, or is Joe Biden correct? Is the New York Times correct that the Democrats are under pressure to get stimulus relief out during the holiday season? I don't know, but here's the reality. If you are a frontline worker who worked any time during the pandemic and are an essential worker, and unemployment assistance does not help you because you're not unemployed, then you need to be doing my grants, what I'm detailing in this video. You can get rental assistance even if you're employed. You can get food even if you're employed. You can get these certain things even if you're employed. The threshold is income levels. And so if you made less than what it generally is, $40,000 2019, less than that, but are still employed, you can get these grants. So ultimately, I want you to get the money that I started this video with, because you see the hot mess express that's leaving the station on the back end with Congress. Coming up next is Being a Mitch, in which I'll go over more about this crazy development for negotiations for stimulus as well. Boy. And then coming up this evening is Evening to LA. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and save LA for more.